In this video, we're going to be dealing with numbers, okay? Precisely factors. In the previous video before this, we dealt with the introduction to mathematics, right? We dealt with the branches of mathematics, and then we started dealing with the first branch of mathematics, which is numbers. And in the video before this one, we dealt with, what's it called now? Types of numbers, where we had the natural numbers, integers, rational numbers, and the rest of them. If you've not watched that video, please do well to go to it. It's among the playlist for these numbers, so just check around the playlist, you'll find the video for that. The title is Types of Numbers. Okay, so if you have watched that video, you can understand what we're going to be doing here today. But if you've not watched that video, please do well to watch it. Alright? So today we're going to be dealing with factors, okay, which is also part of numbers. Now, when you hear the word factors, what comes to mind? The factor of a number is another number that exactly divides that number. Alright? For example, okay, let me write that out. So we have a factor of a number is a whole number. The key word is to be a whole number. Is a whole number, right, that exactly divides it. Okay? That is it. That exactly divides it. A factor of a number is a whole number that exactly divides it. Let me explain what that means. The number that you call a factor must be a whole number. That's number one. And number two, it must exactly divide that number. That is, it must divide the number without a remainder. So an example is this. We have factors of 12. Factors of 12. These are numbers that will exactly divide 12 without remainder. Whole numbers, to be precise. So, what do you think are the factors of 12? 1. Right? There's a short way to do it. 1 times 12 gives you 12, right? Let's go to the next number. 2. 2 times 6 will give you 12. Let's go to the next number. 3. 3 times 4 will give you 12. Next number happens to be what? 4. But 4 is already here, so you don't need to rewrite it. So your factors are simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So therefore, the factors of 12 are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Right? So this is how to get the factors of any number. Simply find out all the multiples of the number we have there as that. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay? That's how to get factors. So now let's go to the next one, which is prime factors. Let's just write that down here. We have prime factors. Now, if you understand what factors are, you understand what prime factors are. Prime factors are simply factors of a whole number of a number that are prime. So I said factors of a number that are prime. Okay? Example, the prime factors of 12 are, what do you think it is? Let's check. These are the factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Now your job is to find the factors of these 12, factors of 12 that are prime numbers. Remember, 1 is not a prime number. We talked about that in the previous video, showed you why 1 is not a prime number. Again, if you've not gone through that video, please go back to it. So, 1 is not a prime number, but the prime numbers here are 2 and 3 because they have 2 factors, 1 and the number itself, only 2 factors. So the prime numbers here are 2 and 3. Okay? So the prime numbers out of all the factors of 12 happens to be the prime factors of 12. So the prime factors of 12 are therefore 2 and 3 because out of all the factors of 12, those are the only 2 that are prime numbers. So the prime factors of 12 are 2 and 3. Alright? That's how we get prime numbers. Now the next thing we're going to deal with is common factors. Let's go over there. Common factors. So we have common factors. Now you must notice that when we are dealing with common factors, we're not just dealing with one number, we're dealing with more than one number. It can be 2 numbers, it can be 3 numbers. So for example, we are going to find the common factors of, let's say, let's write out the factors first. Let's use 3 numbers. We have 12, we have 18. let's use, let's say 24, right? Any random number. So, now the factors of 12 happen to be what? You have 1, we already did that before. You have 1, you have 2, you have 3, you have 4, you have 6, and you have 12. Let's go with 18. You have 1, right? Okay, so that you don't get lost. Let's do it here. So you have 1 times 18 gives us 18. 2 times 9 gives us 18. Let's go to 3. 3 times 6 gives us 18. 4 doesn't multiply to give you 18, so we can't use 4. 5 also does not, so we can't use 5. The next number is 6. 6 already happens to be here, so we stop there. So our prime factors are what? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. This is the fastest way to get all the factors of the number. Alright? Now let's go to 24. What are the factors of 24? You have 1 times 24 give you 24. 2 times 12 will give you 24. Next number is 3. 3 times 8 gives us 24. Can 4 go? Of course. 4 times 6 will give us 24. Can 5 go into 24? No. Can 6 go? Yes. The 6 is already here. So our factors are complete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. These are all the factors of 24. Now, your job here is to find the common factors. That is, the factors of all these numbers that are common to all of them. That is, numbers that can divide all these numbers at the same time. So the common factors here are, obviously you can see that 1 is common to all of them, 2 is common to all of them, 3 is common to all of them, 4 is not. 4 is common to these two, but not this. So 4 is not a common factor. 6 is here, 6 is here, 6 is here. So 6 is a common factor. 12 is here and 12 is here, but 12 is not here. So it's not a common factor. So the only common factors here are what? 1. Let's write that out. So the common factors of 12, 18, and 24 are, we have 1, we have 2, right? We have 3, we have 6. 6 happens to be the 3 places. 6. These are the common factors. There's no other number that's common here. Like I said, we can't pick 12 because 12 happens to be in 2 places, not 3. Right? So these are the common factors of 12, 18, and 24. Because these numbers are common to the 3 of them. They can divide all of them at the same time. Right? So that is how to find common factors. Now, an interesting thing that is very similar to this is highest common factor. Highest common factor. Obviously, the word already sells itself. When you say common factors and you say highest common factors, here you are just to, this is also what is called HCF, right? It has another name which I'm going to tell you, but first of all, let's understand what it means. Now, highest common factors is just the highest of all the common factors. So the common factors of these 3 numbers are 1, 2, 3, and 6. The highest of them, which is the biggest of them, happens to be 6. So the highest common factors of 12, 18, and 24 is what? 6. Okay? So the highest common factor here, HCF, right, of 12, 18, and 24 is what? 6. Okay? So it's very easy. Just write out all the factors of each of the number. Pick the biggest number that is common to all of them. The biggest number is what? 6. So that is highest common factor. Yes. Another name for highest common factor is GCD. GCD. I'm just going to erase this. Now, I said another name for HCF is GCD. GCD. It's also called the greatest, it's an acronym for the greatest common divisor. That is another name for HCF. Now, a divisor is simply another name for what? A factor. Alright? Remember we said a factor is a number that exactly divides another number. Now you have common, common. So common divisor, common factor. Same thing. Highest, greatest, same thing. So when you say highest common factor, you are equally saying greatest common divisor. So in some exams or in some questions, you may not see the word highest common factor, you may not see the letters HCF. You may be told to find the GCD. So if you are told to find the GCD of 12, 18, and 24, it's the same 6 because that's the biggest number, the greatest number that can divide all 3 numbers, 12, 18, and 24 at the same time. Hope that is understood. Alright, so that is that for factors. Let's do a quick recap. Remember, factors are numbers that can divide another number exactly. Then you have prime factors. Out of all the numbers that can divide that number, the ones that are part of them that are prime numbers is what we call the prime factors. Okay? Now, the last one is what we just call the the common factors. The common factors. The common factors are when you are comparing two or more numbers, right? It has to be more than one. If it's one, it just dealing with factors or prime factors. But if you're dealing with more than one, then you're dealing with common factors. Now, the common factors are basically factors of all these numbers, 3 numbers or 4 numbers, all the factors of the number that can divide all the numbers at the same time. Right? Then the highest of them, the biggest of them is what we call the HCF or GCD. Alright? Many people don't know that HCF is also called GCD. Right? So that's that about factors. The next part of this that we're going to deal with is what? Multiples. If you understood what factors are, multiples will be a walking away. Okay? Now, what do you think multiples are? From the word multiples, you should already have the idea that we're dealing with multiplication. So take note, in factors, we are talking about the number that divides, that relates to division. But in multiples, we're dealing with multiplication. Right? So, the multiples of a number are products. Whole number products. Of course, there must be whole number. I always say that. Whole number products of that number. Take note of the keywords. It must be whole number and it must be what? Products. Alright? So let's go. What are the multiples? Example. What are the multiples of, this is a small number, let's see 3. What are the multiples of 3? And yes, notice that most times in your textbooks or in your exams, you could have questions where you are told to find the HCF of a number and then the multiples of a number, different number. You observe that the numbers that they give you to find the HCF of are usually large numbers. Then you have to find the factors that can divide that large number. But when it comes to multiples, it's usually a small number because you're going to multiply them. So they don't want to give you a large number and then you have to keep multiplying and get bigger numbers that stress you. Right? So multiples of 3 are very simple. Very, very simple. So let's go. You know your times table, it will come in handy here. So we have 3 times 1 is the first multiple. We have 3 times 2. We have 3 times 3. We have 3 times 4. Right? Let's go. 3 times 1 gives us 3. 3 times 2 gives us 6. 3 times 3 gives us 9. 3 times 4 gives us 12. 3 times 5 gives us 15, and so on. Right? Now, one important thing you should know is this. The multiples of 3 here are 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. These are the multiples of 3. That is numbers that are products of 3. So if you use 3 to multiply 1, you get 3. If you use 3 to multiply 2, you get 6, right? Now, the word or the English that you use to pronounce this 3 is called the first multiple of 3. 6 is called the second multiple of 3. 9 is called the third multiple of 3. 12 is called the fourth multiple of 3. 15 is called the fifth multiple of 3. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 is called the sixth multiple of 3, and so on. Alright? Now let me give you a short hint. For example, you are told to find the 20th multiple. You are told to find the 20th multiple of, let's say 5. Random number. Okay? This is not some rocket science, it's not a difficult thing. When they say you should find the 20th multiple, it means 20th multiple of 5. It means 5 multiplied times 20. So that's all. So the first multiple of 20 is just simply what? 5 multiplied by what? 20. So this is the 20th multiple of what? 5. We can also say that, okay, let me write this out first of all. 5 times 20 is going to give us 100. So 100 is the 20th multiple of 5. Mind you, we can also say that 100, okay, is the fifth multiple of 20. Easy, right? So, the same way here, we can say that 15 is the fifth multiple of 3. We can also say that 15, listen to this, is the third multiple of 5. It's just English language, same numbers, right? So 15 is the third multiple of 5. We can also say 15 is the fifth multiple of 3. Same way we can say 20 is the fifth multiple of 100 rather is the fifth multiple of 20. We can also say 100 is the 20th multiple of 5. So that is what multiples are.